Good day, guys. Today we'll be discussing about the world Englishes. So, what is this word Englishes? When we speak of word Englishes, guys, it refers to the different varieties, dialects, and expressions of English language as it has developed across the globe. Rather than viewing English as belonging solely to traditional native speaking countries, like, for example, UK or the US, United States. The word English as framework, guys, recognizes that English is now a global language with multiple legitimate standard or standardized varieties, such as Indian English, Philippine English, Nigerian English, and Singaporean English. So take note that linguists Kakru famously categorized these varieties into three concentric circles. What are these three? Mention about the inner circle, the outer circle, and the expanding circle. When we speak of inner circle, guys, it talks about the traditional English speaking countries where English is the primary native language. Example, US, UK, Canada, and Australia. For the outer circle, talks about former colonies where English plays a vital, official, and institutional role in bilingual societies. For example, okay, it includes our country, Philippines, India, Nigeria, and Singapore. So all of these countries are under outer circle. And the other one is what we call the expanding circle. The countries where English is learned as a foreign language for international communication. Example of countries here are Japan, China, Brazil, Germany. Okay, guys, take note of these countries, no? So today, the concept celebrates how different cultures adapt English to express their unique identities, social contexts, and cultural nuances. You take a look at the first slide that we have here, understanding the global diversity of English. This presentation, guys, explore how the English language has developed into different forms across the world and how it reflects various cultures and identities. Let's move on to the second slide. It says there, what is word Englishes? Earlier, I have defined this to you, but I have to repeat it again. It says there in the slide that word Englishes refers to the different varieties of English used in various parts of the world. As English spread through colonization, trade, and globalization, it adapted to the cultures and languages of different countries. Because of this, guys, English now exists in multiple forms, each shaped by its users. Today, it is considered already a global language that belongs not only to native speakers, but to everyone who uses it for communication. So let us discuss this further. It says there that word Englishes refers to different varieties of English used in various parts of the world. Take note, guys, that there is that plurality of the language. The term internationally uses the plural form Englishes. Okay? To take note, it used the plural form Englishes to challenge the traditional idea that there is only one standard or correct version of English, such as we only have to take note of two actually, the British English and American English. And take note, beside from the plurality of the language, guys, take note of the legitimacy. What do we mean when we speak of legitimacy? It acknowledges localized varieties, such as, for example, the expanding or the different cycles or circles that I mentioned. Here, it acknowledges localized varieties when we talk about legitimacy. such as the Philippine English, the Indian English, or the Nigerian English, or even the Singaporean English as valid, rule-governed, and culturally rich systems in their own right. Okay? That's why we also have Philippine English. We also have our accent. When we talk in English, we have the Philippine accent. So we do consider that one under legitimacy. Okay, take note. Let's go back. It says here about historical and global drivers. Okay, as English spread through colonization, guys, it states there in our slide, trade and globalization, it adapted the cultures and languages of different countries. Okay, so take note the spread of English occurred in distinct phases before when we talk about colonization. Okay, if you trace back the history, no, there is that historical expansion. Example of this would be the British rule in South Asia or the American presence in the Philippines. Okay? So institutionalized English in government, education, and legal system. Okay, let us underscore the word trade and globalization in that slide. Okay, what do we mean by this? Let us discuss this further. So it means that there is that post-industrial economic dominance. There is that international commerce, guys, because we talk about trade and globalization. So there is that international commerce and also digital technology turn English into the primary global lingua franca. What do we mean when we say lingua franca? It means the common language. Okay, take note. And then let us underscore this phrase, cultural adaptation. So, as native population adapted English, they naturally integrated local vocabulary, idioms, speech rhythms, and grammatical structures to reflect their own cultural context and experiences. Okay? So, the last part. Today, let us discuss this further, the last part of the slide. Today, it is considered a global language that belongs not only to the native speakers, but to everyone who uses it for communication. Okay, take note of the dysentery native speakers. Historically, standard British or American speech was viewed as the ideal model before. World Englishes shift now to this paradigm. Native speakers no longer hold a monopoly over the language. Okay, take note. English now belongs equally to its second language and multilingual speakers who now significantly outnumber the native speakers worldwide. Okay, worldwide. Okay, so take note of the traditional view of the model, the ownership, and the variation. Okay, here in this slide. Let's move on to the third slide. Okay, let us read the third slide. There are three types of word Englishes here. We have the inner circle, okay, which I mentioned actually a while ago. In the slide says there, inner circle includes countries where English is the native or first language, such as the United States and United Kingdom. Take note, guys, under linguistic role, English acts as the primary native language. Okay? So English as a native language is spoken from birth and used across a personal, cultural, and institutional setting. Okay? And then we have here also, we have to take note that in this inner circle varieties, it has been or have been categorized as a norm providing meaning. They establish the formal standards for grammar, spelling, and pronunciation traditionally taught in classroom worldwide. Now, take note of the key examples here. As I mentioned, we have there United States, United Kingdom, okay? And take note also, guys, that I mentioned a while ago, countries like Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, okay? Under the outer circle, it says there, it refers to countries where English serves as a second language and plays an important role in government education, and communities such as Philippines and India. Okay? So here, guys, English functions as an official or semi-official second language. Sample would be the ESL or the English as a second language in your multilingual societies. So outer circle regions categorized as norm developing. Over decades, these countries have been institutionalized their own localized forms of English like those countries that I mentioned a while ago, like our country, we already have the Philippine English, the Indian English also, with unique vocabulary, idiomatic expressions, and stylistic nuances adapted to local culture and governance. Okay? So take note of this, guys. Okay? Next slide, let's have here the fourth slide. There are three types as I mentioned. So we have there the inner, the outer circle, and the last one would be the expanding circle. Under the expanding circle, guys, it says there, it includes countries where English is learned as a foreign language, such as Japan, China, and it's mainly used for international communication. So let me discuss this one further. For the expanding circle, English functions here as an English as a foreign language, guys, or a lingua franca. It is not an official language, nor does it have a historical administrative role in government or domestic affairs. Okay? So that is about inner circle. So take note of the countries here, guys. Under under expanding circle, we have China, Japan, Korea, Brazil, Germany, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. Okay? So primarily function used predominantly for cross-border communication such as international business, global tourism, diplomacy, academic publishing, and technology. Okay, let's move on to our last slides. Okay, for the conclusion, says there, in conclusion, Word Englishes highlights the diversity of global nature of the English language. It shows that English is not limited to a single standard form, but continues to evolve based on cultural influences and local usage. Understanding this variation helps promote effective communication, cultural awareness, and respect for different ways of using English around the world. Okay? That is for the conclusion of our topic. I hope you were able to understand our lesson for today about word Englishes. Take note, guys, that understanding this variation helps us or helps promote effective communication. Not only that, but cultural awareness and respect for different ways of using English around the world. So take note, guys, that in global context, mutual intelligibility matters more than mimicking a native accent. So being aware of different varieties, of course, makes speakers better at navigating cross-cultural conversation. Okay? We have to embrace this cultural sensitivity and empathy, embracing word Englishes reduces, of course, linguistic prejudice, accent discrimination, and foster respect for how non-native and multilingual communities use the language to express their identity. So if we already have this kind of English, there will be, of course, there will be no discrimination because it's already accepted. Unlike before, we just talk about English and American, British and American English. But this time, because of the circle that I've mentioned, we have the inner, the outer circle, and the expanding circle. Even those English in other countries could also be accepted, just like our English. We also have our Philippine English, same as the Indian English and Singaporean English. Okay? When it comes to diplomacy, it could be legitimate already and could be accepted in other countries also. So there is that awareness, and we have to respect the kind of English that they have in in particular in their own country. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you learned something from our lesson for this afternoon about word Englishes. Bye, guys.